I caught my sister Mia in my bedroom, wearing my wedding dress, kissing my husband. My heart stopped. My hand shook so hard, I dropped my coffee mug, brown liquid pooling on the hardwood. She turned, smirked, and said, "Oh, Clara, you're home early." Like it was nothing. Like she hadn't just shattered my world. I stood there, frozen, my stomach twisting into a cold knot. How do you even process something like that? Your own sister. Your husband. In our house. If you've ever felt your life unravel in a single moment, you know exactly what I mean. But here's the thing, I had no idea this was just the beginning. If you're hooked already, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and let's dive into this mess together. I need to back up. Let me paint you a picture of what my life was like before that day. I'm Clara, 42, living in a cozy craftsman in suburban Seattle. Picture rain tapping the windows, the smell of cedar in the air, and my little ritual of brewing Stumptown coffee every morning. I'm a high school counselor, love my job, love my kids, love helping them navigate their messy teenage lives. My husband, Ethan, 45, is a graphic designer, the kind of guy who leaves sticky notes with little doodles on my lunch bag. We've been married for 12 years. No kids, not by choice, but we've built a life together. Date nights at the local brewery, weekend hikes in the Cascades, binge-watching true crime on Netflix. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Or so I thought. Mia, my younger sister by 3 years, was always different. She's the kind of person who walks into a room and demands attention without saying a word. Long auburn hair, sharp green eyes, and a laugh that could charm anyone. Growing up in our small Ohio town, she was the golden child, cheerleader, prom queen, the one mom bragged about at church. I was the quiet one, nose in a book, always trying to keep up. Mom would say, "Clara, why can't you be more like Mia?" Ouch, right? But I loved Mia. She was my sister. We shared secrets, swapped clothes, stayed up late giggling about boys. God, those nights feel like a lifetime ago. But there was always this undercurrent, like she needed to outshine me, like my happiness was a threat. Fast forward to 6 months ago. Ethan and I were solid, or so I thought. Mia had moved to Seattle a year earlier, fresh off a messy divorce. She was struggling, couch surfing, picking up bartending shifts at a dive bar near Pike Place. I felt bad for her. I mean, who wouldn't? She's family. So, I invited her to stay with us. Big mistake. Huge. At first, it was fine. She'd cook dinner sometimes, burnt lasagna, but we'd laugh about it. She'd borrow my clothes, leave dishes in the sink, play her music too loud. Annoying but manageable. Ethan was sweet about it, said she just needed time to get back on her feet. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? But then things started shifting. Little things at first. Mia would linger when Ethan was around, laughing a bit too loud at his jokes. She'd brush past him in the kitchen, her hand grazing his arm. I'd catch her watching us, her eyes narrowing when we'd cuddle on the couch. I told myself I was paranoid. Sisters don't do that, right? Not Mia. Not my Mia. But doubt is like a splinter, it festers. One night, I found her wearing my perfume, the one Ethan got me for our anniversary. "Oh, it's just so you, Clara," she said, smiling. That smile. It wasn't warm. It was sharp. Like she was testing me. Then came the text. I wasn't snooping, I swear. Ethan left his phone on the counter, and it buzzed. I glanced over, expecting a work message. Instead, it was Mia. "Missed you at the bar last night." Face blowing a kiss, my heart sank.
Okishimori.
From my sister? To my husband? I confronted Ethan that night, my voice shaking. He laughed it off, said it was nothing, just Mia being playful. He showed me the whole thread, bar plans, casual stuff. Innocent, he said. I wanted to believe him. God, I did. But that cold knot in my stomach wouldn't go away. Have you ever tried to trust someone when every instinct screams not to? Weeks passed and the tension grew. Mia started staying out late, coming home smelling like whiskey and perfume. Ethan was working longer hours, or so he said. I'd lie awake, listening to the rain, wondering if I was losing my mind. Then came that day, the day I walked in on them. My heels clicked on the hardwood as I came home early from a canceled meeting. The house was quiet, too quiet. I called out, "Ethan?" No answer. Then I heard it, a giggle, soft from upstairs. My bedroom. My heart pounded as I climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last. The door was cracked open. And there they were. Mia in my dress, Ethan's hands on her waist, their lips locked. I don't even remember screaming, but I must have because they jumped apart like I'd caught them stealing. Mia's smirk burned into me. Ethan stammered, "Clara, it's not. Wait, I can explain." Explain? Explain? My vision blurred, my chest tight. I wanted to throw something, to scream until my throat bled. Instead, I just stood there.
Numb.
Mia adjusted the dress. My asterisk dress. Like she was fixing her hair in a mirror. "You always get everything, Clara," she said, her voice low, venomous. "Perfect job, perfect husband, perfect life. Did you ever stop to think about me?" I couldn't speak. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. Ethan reached for me, but I backed away. "Don't," I whispered. That was the moment I knew. Nothing would ever be the same. I kicked Mia out that night, packed her bags, left them on the porch. She didn't fight it, just gave me that same sharp smile. "You'll regret this," she said, slamming the door. Ethan begged me to talk, to listen, said it was a mistake, a moment of weakness. I didn't care. I couldn't look at him without seeing her in that dress. I slept in the guest room, the silence deafening. Work became my escape. Helping kids with their problems felt easier than facing my own. But every night, I'd come home to that empty house, the air heavy with betrayal. I kept asking myself, why? Why would Mia do this? Why would Ethan? Was it me? Was I not enough? Then, a week later, I found it. A shoebox, tucked under Mia's old bed. Inside were letters, photos, old diaries. Hers. I shouldn't have read them, but I did. Page after page of her messy handwriting, spilling secrets I never knew. Entries from when we were kids, talking about Mom. How Mom always praised me, my grades, my responsibility. How Mia felt invisible. One line hit me like a punch. "Clara gets everything, and I get scraps. Mom loves her more. Always has." My breath caught. Was that true? I remembered Mom's voice, sharp, telling Mia to be more like Clara. I thought it was just tough love. But to Mia, it was a wound that never healed. There was more. A photo of us at my wedding, Mia smiled tight, her eyes red. A letter she never sent, dated last year. "I hate you, Clara. I hate how you have it all. I want to take it. Just once." My hands trembled as I read it. This wasn't just about Ethan. This was about years of resentment, festering in the dark. Mia didn't just want my husband. She wanted to be me, to prove she could win.
And Ethan?
He was just collateral damage. God, that realization hurt more than the kiss. I sat on the floor, letters scattered around me, my coffee cold. For the first time, I saw Mia, not as my sister, but as someone broken. Someone who'd spent her life chasing a shadow she thought was mine. I wanted to hate her, to scream, to cut her out forever. But part of me understood. And that scared me. Because if I understood her, what did that say about me? About us? I looked at my wedding ring, glinting in the dim light. What do you do when the person who hurt you most is the one you've always loved? I'm not saying I forgave her. Not yet. But I needed answers. I needed to know why she'd gone this far. So I called her. My hands shook as I dialed, my heart pounding like it might burst. She answered on the third ring, her voice casual, like nothing had happened. "Clara? What do you want?" I took a deep breath, my voice steady for the first time in weeks. "We need to talk, Mia. About everything." She laughed, short and bitter. "You sure you're ready for that?"
No.
I wasn't. But I was done running. What happened next? Well, that's a story for another time. If you've ever had a family secret blow up your life, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if this story hit you hard, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. I stared at my phone, Mia's bitter laugh echoing in my head. You sure you're ready for that? She'd said. My thumb hovered over the end call button, but I didn't press it. Not yet. My chest was tight, like I'd swallowed a stone, and the rain outside my Seattle Craftsman pattered against the windows, relentless. I'd spent my whole life thinking I knew my sister, but those diaries, those jagged, ink-stained pages, proved I didn't know her at all. If you've ever had to face someone you love, knowing they've torn your world apart, you get it. That mix of rage and longing. To understand. To fix it. If you're still with me, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment about your own family drama, and let's keep going. I told Mia to meet me at our old haunt, a diner near Lake Washington. The kind of place with sticky vinyl booths and coffee that tastes like it's been brewing since the 90s. Neutral ground, I thought. Safe. Stupid, right? Like anything about this could be safe. I got there early, nursing a mug of that awful coffee, my fingers tracing the chipped edge of the cup. The smell of bacon grease hung in the air, and the jukebox played some Springsteen song I couldn't quite place. I kept checking my phone, half expecting her to bail. But then the bell above the door jingled, and there she was, Mia, in a leather jacket, her auburn hair pulled back, eyes sharp as ever. She slid into the booth across from me, casual, like we were meeting for brunch. So, she said, smirking, you gonna yell at me now? I wanted to. God. I wanted to scream until the windows rattled. But I didn't. I just looked at her. Really looked. Her nails were chipped, her eyeliner smudged, and there was this tightness in her jaw, like she was bracing for a fight. Why, Mia? I asked, my voice low, barely steady. Why, Ethan? Why me? She leaned back, crossing her arms, and for a second, I saw it, something flicker in her eyes. Not guilt, not exactly.
Pain.
But then it was gone, replaced by that familiar sharp edge. You really don't get it, do you? She said. You've always had it all, Clara. The grades, the job, the husband. Mom's favorite. And me? I'm just background noise.
Her words hit like a slap.
Mom's favorite?
Me?
I laughed, short and bitter. You're kidding, right? Mom worshipped you. Prom queen. Perfect, Mia. I was the one she told to be more like you. Mia's face twisted, like she tasted something sour. That's what you saw? God, Clara, you're so blind. She leaned forward, her voice dropping. Mom only cared about me when I was winning. Cheerleading, pageants, whatever. The second I wasn't perfect, I was nothing. But you got the pats on the back for just existing. Clara's so responsible. Clara's so smart. I heard it every damn day. I sat there, stunned. My coffee was cold now, the mug heavy in my hands. All those years, I thought I was the one chasing her shadow. Was she chasing mine? Have you ever realized someone's truth is the opposite of yours? It's like the ground shifts under you. I wanted to argue, to tell her she was wrong, but those diaries flashed in my mind. Her words, raw and bleeding. Clara gets everything, and I get scraps. I took a breath, my voice softer now. I found her diaries, Mia. The ones under the bed. I read them. Her eyes widened, just for a second, before she masked it with a scoff. So what? You snooped. Big deal. It is a big deal, I said, leaning in. You wrote you hated me, that you wanted to take everything from me. Was Ethan part of that? Some twisted revenge. Mia didn't answer right away. She stared at the table, tracing a crack in the formica with her finger. The jukebox switched to a slow Dolly Parton song, and the diner felt smaller, like the walls were closing in. Finally, she spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. I didn't plan it, okay? It just happened. Ethan was there, and he listened.
He saw me.
Not you, for once.
Me.
Her words stung, sharp and cold, like a blade slipping between ribs. Ethan saw her. Not me. I thought of him, his doodles, his quiet smiles, the way he'd hum off-key in the shower. Was that all a lie? Or was I so caught up in my perfect life that I stopped seeing him too? I swallowed hard, my throat tight. You didn't have to take him, Mia. You could have talked to me. She laughed, a hollow sound. Talk to you? Clara, you're too busy being the hero. The counselor, the perfect wife. When have you ever stopped to see me? That hit harder than I expected. I thought of all the times I brushed off her late-night calls, her tears after her divorce. I told myself she was dramatic, that she'd bounce back. Was I wrong? Was I so wrapped up in my own world that I missed her breaking? I looked down at my hands, my wedding ring glinting under the diner's fluorescent lights. I'm sorry, I said, the words spilling out before I could stop them. I didn't know you felt like that. But Mia, you broke my heart. For the first time, her smirk faltered. Her eyes glistened, and she blinked fast, like she was fighting tears. You think you're the only one with a broken heart? She whispered. I've been breaking my whole life, Clara. And you never noticed. The air between us felt heavy, like it was holding years of unsaid words. I wanted to reach across the table, to hug her like when we were kids, but my hands stayed frozen. Ever feel like you're sitting across from a stranger, but it's someone you've known forever? We sat in silence, the diner's hum filling the space. The waitress refilled my coffee, and I barely noticed. Then Mia spoke again, her voice steadier. Ethan wasn't about love, Clara. It was stupid. A way to feel like I mattered.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
The word felt too small, too late. But it was something. I nodded, not trusting my voice. What now? I asked finally. She shrugged, her eyes distant. I don't know. I'm leaving Seattle. Starting over. Again. She paused, then added. You should talk to Ethan. He's a mess without you. I didn't want to hear that. Not yet. But her words stuck with me as I drove home, the rain smearing my windshield like tears. Ethan was at the house when I got back, sitting on the couch, his sketch pad untouched. He looked up, his eyes red, like he hadn't slept in days. Clara, he started, but I held up a hand. Not now, I said. I wasn't ready to forgive, not after everything. But I wasn't ready to let go either. I thought of Mia's diaries, her pain, her need to be seen. Maybe Ethan was caught in that too. Maybe we all were. Days turned into weeks. Mia left for Portland. No goodbye, just a text. I'm sorry. Take care. I didn't reply. I couldn't. Ethan and I started counseling, grueling, messy sessions where we laid bare every hurt, every doubt. Some days I wanted to walk away. Others, I remembered why I loved him. The way he'd leave me coffee on tough mornings, the way he'd laugh at my terrible puns. Slowly, we started rebuilding. Not the same life. Something new. Fragile, but real. Looking back, I see it all differently now. Mia's betrayal wasn't just about Ethan. It was her screaming for someone to notice her, to see her pain. And me? I was so busy building my perfect life that I didn't see hers. Or Ethan's. I don't forgive her, not fully, but I get it. And that's enough for now. My wedding ring still sits on my finger, a little looser now, a reminder of what we've lost and what we're trying to save. Life's messy, isn't it? You think you know someone, but sometimes the people closest to you are the ones you understand the least. If this story hit you, share your own in the comments. I'd love to hear how you've navigated family betrayal or found a way back from it. And if you want more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's next.